In this video, we are going to learn how to multiply polynomials. This lesson was covered on January the 17th. Alright, there are two ways to multiply polynomials. The first method involves boxes, and what we're going to do is the first polynomial has two terms, and that is going to be on the side. We can see that the second polynomial has three terms, and that's going to go on top. So the number of boxes depends on the terms of the polynomials. So we are not always going to have a 2 by 3 box. So what we're going to do now is we're going to multiply in order to fill in the boxes. I think it's important to note that whenever we are multiplying the terms, what we're doing is we're distributing. And something important about distributing is that we add the exponents and we multiply the coefficients. Alright, so that's what we're going to do right now. So here we can see that we have an exponent of 1. X to the first power times x squared is x cubed. As you can see, we added the exponents. Here we have x times 4x, which gives us 4x squared. And then we have x times negative 5, which is negative 5x. In the bottom row, we have 5 times x squared, which is 5x squared. 5 times 4x gives us 20x. And 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. So now that we multiplied the terms, what we're going to do now is combine like terms. And when we combine like terms, we are going to group the similar exponents and add the coefficients. So we want to write this in standard form, which means we start with the largest exponent, and here we can see we have x cubed. There is no other x cubed, so we just go ahead and bring that down. Go ahead and mark that out. Now here we have x squared, and we want to group it with other terms that have x squared, which is right here. And what we're going to do is add the coefficients, so we have 5 plus 4, which is 9. As you can see, we grouped the exponents, so it did not change, stayed x squared, but we added the coefficients. Next we have x, and we have 20 minus 5, which is positive 15. And finally we have the constant at the end, and we're just going to bring that down. So our final answer is this. There's another way that we can multiply polynomials. So we have these same exact pairs of polynomials, but we're going to do it in a different method. What we're going to do is we're going to distribute straight from the expression. So x times x squared is going to give us x cubed. X times 4x is 4x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. And now we're going to distribute the 5. So 5 times x squared is 5x squared. And I'm going to group that with the other x squared that I have. Next is 5 times 4x, which is 20x. Again, I grouped it with the other x. And then 5 times negative 5 is 25, negative 25. Since the exponents are already grouped, all I have to do is just combine like terms, bring down the x cubed. 4 plus 5 is 9x squared. We have 15x and minus 25. As you can see, we get the same correct answer. Alright, so I'm going to do two more examples. The first example, we're going to use the boxes, and in the second example, we're going to use the distribute method. So here, I have 3 terms in the first polynomial and 3 terms in the second polynomial, so I have to create a 3 by 3 box. Alright, so I'll go ahead and write down the polynomial. Okay, so we're still going to follow the rules. Whenever we're distributing, we're going to add the exponents and multiply the coefficients. So here we have 3x to the 4th, negative 2x cubed, x squared, 3x cubed, negative 2x squared, x, negative 12 x squared, 8 x, and negative 4. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and group the exponents and multiply or add the coefficients. So we have 3x to the 4th, cross that out. We're going to combine both of these, and that's going to give us positive x cubed. We're going to combine the x squares, and that's going to give us negative 13x squared. Combine the x's, and that's going to give us 9x and negative 4. So that is our answer. And finally, we're going to solve this last question using distribution. So first I want to distribute the x squared, and we get 4x to the 5th power. This is going to be 7x cubed. X squared times negative 8 is negative 8x squared. As you can see, I left a space here because that's where usually x to the 4th goes. I just want to make sure I go in a nice order. Next, we're going to distribute the 6x, and that's going to give us 24x to the 4th. 6x times 7x is 42x squared. And then I'm going to distribute 6x times negative 8, which is negative 48x. And finally, I'm going to distribute the negative 10. So negative 10 times 4x cubed is negative 40x cubed. Next, we multiply negative 10 times 7x, which is negative 70x. And then finally, negative 10 times negative 8 is positive 80. Okay, now we're gonna, the exponents are already grouped, so we're just gonna go ahead and combine like terms. Bring this down. Bring down the 24. Combine the x cubes, and that's gonna give us negative 33. Combine the x squares, and that's gonna give us positive 34. Combine the x's, and that's going to give us negative 118. And bring down the constant, and that's going to be 80. And there is the answer.